That's the going live dance. Do, 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 do. Hello, everyone, and welcome to our 5th and final day of the Rapid Fire Reviews Week. Oh, yeah. Woohoo! Excited. Today is also extra special. Yesterday was extra special, but today's extra special because one, my dog is here, and two, because we have another live guest with us today, and her name is Shaily, and I'm gonna have her come on screen and have her tell us a little bit about her business, and I'm going to ask her some questions before we dive into the review of her website. And remember, the whole point of all of these rapid fire reviews this week is so that I can help you take these crazy marketing concepts I'm sure you've heard about before and learn how they actually apply to real life businesses. So without further ado, Shaily, to the stream.
Hey, thank you so much for having me. Thank you all the viewers and then the people who are going to review this later, including me, I'm sure. I am from yoursocialmediasherpa.com, where I help people get more out of their referral network. Is that a lot of the traditional business owners that I meet every day, they're networking. They know a lot of people. People refer them because they trust them, but they don't know that they can actually get more out of those relationships by bringing those connections online using social media and beyond. So I love talking to fellow marketers, and you are someone I look up to so much in all this. So you know what? Time to get some feedback on me as well. So thanks for having me.
Oh my God, of course. And I'm so glad that you're able to join live. I feel like anytime I do these moving forward, I want, if I can have the person with me, it just makes it so much fun. Everything's more fun with friends, right?
With live streaming, when you're talking to a real person, or videos, when you're actually talking to a real person, you show up better.
For sure.
It feels more authentic. It's a conversation. So.
It is. It's a proper conversation. You say something, then I say something.
Yeah. So, I'm here to listen, though. You've got the knowledge. I will listen. And you know what? Feedback is something we all need to get better at taking, and I'm going to listen. Yes. I can't wait.
Right on. So before we jump in, can you give the folks at home a quick recap on who your main audience is? And if you have anything in particular you really want us to touch on, let me know now.
Ooh. So the people that I really serve are the solo service-based businesses who know that they want to do social media but haven't totally figured out how to go for it. Sometimes they're members of chambers of commerce, they're members of BNI. They're also a chunk of my clients are business consultants who have other clients and they need to learn about how to do social media. So those are also people that I serve. I can also train law firms, accounting firms, and beyond on how to showcase their staff members on LinkedIn too. So that's a piece of it. And then getting speaking engagements for chambers and other associations and schools, that's a different target. But my main focus really is to get my coaching page great and my about section, my homepage to really do what it needs to do so people realize they need to talk to me.
All right. Homepage, coaching page, about. Got it.
But anything you're willing to share, I will soak it in.
Okay. Right on. Let's take a look. Ooh, there it is. There it is. Your face, you're so cute. Okay. So I love this photo of you. First of all, I think that helps share a lot of your personality. You're in there, you're doing the work. It's showing you, even though it's like just a laptop photo, which we are all on these days, you're at least, you're emoting. I don't know if you saw the email this morning, but I called you ever effervescent. And and I do think that helps shine through here. Let's see. I find the background a little distracting. It's a lot of white text on a dark background to read, and I think that might be why. So it might not necessarily be the background itself. It's that it's a lot of white text, and that can get difficult for people to read because sometimes there isn't enough contrast. So maybe play around with that a little bit. And then I do love that you've got this refocus your marketing by booking a consult. I love that call to action is up there, big and bold. It looks a little crowded. I'm going to see if it's actually, is it because, I might have my screen just a little bit more narrow, which helps a little bit, but it feels crowded. You might be able to get rid of this search icon because the only time that's really helpful is when you're like the New York Times or a Macy's or, something where My dog just had thoughts too. Something where people are truly going to try to, like, they're coming to a site and they know that they're looking for a specific thing. Users aren't coming to our own individual sites with that intent. So I would say just save the space and kill that, because people are going to go to Google. Does that make sense? Oh, you're muted. Okay, great.
Yes, it's good. I'm writing notes like ferociously over here. So
this is being recorded, so don't feel like you have to, but I love that.
Well, I'm gonna probably watch this like 3 times, so I'm just getting it primed here.
I saw Danielle had posted in one of her stories that she was like furiously taking notes at when she was rewatching as well. I'm like, oh, that's so good. I'm so glad that you guys, and her site was like brilliant, and didn't have a whole lot of too much comments on that one, but I love that. So you don't need a home button in the navigation. So people know that we can click the logo to go back home. So again, save yourself some space. Give people as few options as possible in this navigation area so that you're getting them down the buyer's journey sooner. Either they're learning more about you and you're getting a chance to build that trust, or if they've already had that trust built, and they can just jump in and be like, yes, services, I would like to hire you to speak at my next event. So again, save yourself a little bit of space by getting rid of the home and that search. Love this call to action, by the way. I think that's great. To like dive in a little further on that before I move to the next topic, by booking a consult, I feel like you could change this up, like messaging wise, by saying like a 30-minute, 15-minute, like free, like if you can make that more outcome focused, like what are they going to get out of the consult? Maybe that might be a little bit stronger. So I would just play around with that a little bit more, because I think it just might make it a little bit stronger. And like, I don't want to go down that rabbit hole, but just think of it a little bit.
Go deeper.
I think you can, and I don't think you don't need a period in calls to action. I think you're good. It is a sentence, so like grammar folks, like please don't kill me, but save yourself a little space there.
Grammar folks, if anything bothers you on my website, and you feel inspired to share with me, I will take it.
Right on. Same with mine. I'm always into getting feedback. So, okay, the stuff on the left. This is also a lot of text, and it's all the same size. And I know I'm supposed to go from top down, but none of it jumps out at me at first. So I would say, what is the one outcome that you help people achieve, and how can you turn that into some sort of emotional call? Like, I help you get the most out of your referral network. Let's just, since that's the first one, that's the one I'm just kind of picking. Like, I help such and such type of person get this thing, get this outcome. And I would use that as your main headline, and then you can get into like by doing blah blah blah, by helping people with their social media, by helping people master their social media, and then get into this copy where this is where you're trying to help them identify with you and vice versa, helping them understand that you know their pain and that you understand their problem and you have the solution for it. I think you're jumping into that just a wee too soon, and like a little bit too much too soon. At first, you just want people to get a sense of who you are, who you serve, and how they can learn more. And you're kind of like blowing past that, and you're like, let's just get to it, which I mean makes sense because that's how you are. You're very like, let's just get to it and let's get stuff done. So that makes sense. But I think people might need a little bit more of a warm up before they jump in. And then I wouldn't be afraid of duplicating a similar call to action, but next to this photo so that it's tied together really closely in a lockup with your value-based messaging and the call to action. So it's just really tight. Because this navigation stays with you throughout the page. So this is always going to be here, which is great. And because it's that white color, that transparent color actually, they may not see it right away, which is fine, but they'll definitely see if it's over here on the left side as well. On this side, it's mirrored. Any questions before I go further?
Oh my gosh, I have so many questions, but maybe
go. Yeah.
So you said put one big focus blurb and then the CTA instead of what I have here, right? The CTA under the one liner.
Yes.
Okay, got it. Okay, check. Okay. Okay, so if I put that one line blurb with the CTA and then put all this text that I have, is that better?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I can just literally space it one chunk down on my website.
Yeah, I would.
Cool.
So if you think of like this whole area that is currently visible on the screen, if you think of it as a billboard, and let's take that metaphor, and you're driving down the highway, you have 3 seconds, right, to like get a whole bunch of stuff across. And when you have this much text, I'm already overwhelmed and I'm not going to see it.
Got it. Okay, I knew something I needed to fix with it, so I didn't know what. So this has been hugely helpful. Okay. Great. I have other questions that are not related to this, but I want to see what you got to say because I'm sure you have lots of things to say. But I have
all of the things to say. I'm almost never at a loss for words.
Me too.
This is why we get along. I love that you have this call out at the bottom for your favorite LinkedIn profiles for free. Awesome. Yes. Love it, love it, love it. I am going to close out on it just for now. I do also love that you have this chat bubble, which is amazing. And I also love that it does not come at me in my face as soon as I
was yelled at to not let it pop up.
Yeah.
I changed it.
This is also super like personal preference, and it's different for everyone. And that's why it's called personal preference. I don't mind when things pop up, but give me some time. Let me in the lobby and linger for a little bit before you start,
Yeah, I hate that. So if I made my thing a pop-up after like 2 minutes or something, would that be a better idea, or is it fine as it is?
I mean, it's fine as it is, but overall, I feel like let somebody at least have 30 seconds to read and absorb and understand. A lot of people might not even be on your site for as long as 30 seconds, but you definitely don't want to drive them away sooner by like having an anvil over their head with a bunch of pop-ups. So another way that a lot of tech tools like that these days will also not only allow you to change the settings by time, but also percentage of the page view.
That's what I did. Active campaign.
Yeah. So like if someone's like 50% down the page, that could be a good time because then they've had, or 30%, you can, that's very variable depending on what's on the page. But yeah, you can, sometimes, not everything has that option, unfortunately, but more and more are incorporating that into their tools. So I love this too. I just want to make sure that I call this part out in particular. I work with you one-on-one. Like that's how you work. And I think that's also important information as well. This is probably a tangent, but I just realized that this is a registered trademark and this is a trademark.
It's a trademark. I need to fix it.
Oh, okay.
I got my trademark a few weeks ago. Yeah.
Oh, yay. Great. Congratulations. Well, I'm glad I said something then. I was just like, oh, that's interesting. That's great. I love that you explain what a Sherpa is because that is important and maybe not everyone knows what that is. Why invest in social media skills? Also great. Yep. Yep. It's not a solution. I often say social media is not a strategy. Like your strategy is your strategy. Like social media is a tactic that ladders up to a broader strategy. I love this. You're telling people how it can be used. I would, these are great opportunities to include more calls to action. like get started now.
Oh.
Not those words particularly, because you want to tell them how they're getting started. You can whatever you decide to do with the words here in this call to action up at the top in your navigation, maybe echo that here. It's good to have multiple calls to action throughout a page, even on a home page. Your services, love that. Look at you, you're so adorable. Management, one-on-one. So I would say social media management here. One, it's going to help you from a search standpoint slightly, not a ton, because you have social media on here a lot anyways, but just to be abundantly clear, we're not all of a sudden talking about like team management or project management. It's social media management. So just a small little thing there. Love testimonials. We always need that. Always need that social proof. Oh, Megan Wessels. I know her. Hi, Megan. And that's great. And also, thank you very much for not putting your own social media up at the top. And thank you for putting it at the bottom, because if anyone's seen any of the other days, it's worth repeating. You don't want to take someone away from your website as soon as they get here. So never put the social media up in this billboard area.
I learned that the hard way a long time ago. I was telling people, you need to have them obvious. And then I learned from someone, a website person, I was like, oh, I get it now.
Yeah.
So I'm glad you said that. Cool.
Well, yeah. I mean, most people are like really eager to just, to grow the following and all of that. So like, let's put these around like confetti. But that doesn't actually detracts from your goal, at least on your website.
How to get them to the website, not away from the website, right?
Exactly. So. Yes. Right on. Excellent. Okay. Yeah. Let's continue. I love that you have services listed out in the different ways. So here you have management here as well. See if you can work in the social media management or find another way to say that, like done for you.
Done for you.
Yeah, one-on-one or like private clients. Those kinds of things instead of, again, just saying management. It's just one small thing that you can do just to be, that much more clear, and you always want clarity. Okay, and so you wanted to take a look at the About page.
I'm less worried about the About page and more the coaching page, if anything, but I know that I need to update this for sure.
Okay.
But if we run out of time, I know for sure that coaching page, that's the big one.
Okay, but let's go there. On this page, I would say alignment, and I don't know what this is.
Oh, it's a link to my podcast.
Oh.
I don't know if I actually have a podcast section now under resources, so maybe I should put it there.
It's not bad to repeat it. I think that's fine, especially because this is like a call out at the bottom of the page. This is a great tactic to have a call to action at the bottom of the page to take people to other areas of the site. This is a Wi-Fi signal, though, so that's why I was confused.
Oh. Yeah.
So I was like, why are you telling me about Wi-Fi? So, and then I actually read the words. So I'm like, oh, podcast, got it. I get it because you were trying to think of sound, but it looks more like a Wi-Fi signal.
Yeah, good point.
Okay, so let's hop over to coaching.
Yes, this is the serious.
Yes. Social media coaching. Are you using social media to enhance your referral? So here's a question. Okay, I was just going to ask, I'm like, is your coaching different from management? It is. Great. Awesome. I answered my own question. Great photo. Love that. This could be my age, but this is hard, small text.
Oh, that's good to know.
Little hard to read. Also, in general, it's more difficult, no matter your age, for the eye to go from one end of a page to the other. And you do
a line.
You do have margin on either side, which is great, but this is still just like a little, for the size of the text, it's a little too wide. So like the text that you have here, the what kind of guidance, like that's about as much text for that size font that you would want on the page. Like that's fine. That's fine to go end to end, but it's so much bigger, right? This like is making me want to like actually go in and like really read.
It's funny, I didn't even realize I had that. I learned from someone else that you shouldn't use center align because it's hard to read. And I was like, oh, shoot, I did it. Oops.
Center is okay when it's like small Like if this were 3 columns and then it was
It's a
like 3
lot.
separate buckets, like centering each of those would be fine. I still prefer left justify, never force justify, for heaven's sake. Never ever ever force justify. And force justify is when you have straight lines on either side of the text, but it creates all this extra white space in between. I used to call it rivers of white space because like you could drive a truck through some of them. And that's very hard for the eye to read. So left align, center is fine as long as it's not too wide. This is fine. I feel like here feels like it's just begging for a call to action.
Ooh! Okay.
Like sign up now. What do you need to know? Oh, that's great. You know, I wonder, can you make this like half the width and bring some of this up so that this whole screen isn't taken up by the video? On mobile, it'll probably reduce down to be on top of each other anyways. But if someone's looking at this on desktop, not everybody likes to watch a video. Not everybody likes to read. But if you can give them, you know, maybe both options, it'll save some scrolling.
Oh, like side to side.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. Oops. Sorry. Whoa. I scrolled too soon. Sorry. I would make this this is what you're actually trying to ask them. And I wouldn't ask 2 questions in a row. Like, still not sure. I would make one a question and one a sentence. So, like, find out which way to jump into getting clarity, or I would just say get clarity and accountability to do your own marketing. Let's talk. Prioritize your marketing, book a consultation. Yeah, and then you can maybe just keep book a consultation in the call to action and bring prioritize your marketing efforts up into this text area too. Yeah, you probably don't need this want to talk to Shaily question because that's what, like, this implies that the book a consultation. Does that make sense? I want to make sure I'm making sense in this section.
Yeah, it's redundant. You're right.
Okay. Yep, testimonials, love it. Yeah, and this is a lot of text to center as well.
Oh yeah, I can't uncenter that testimonial. Okay, yes.
Yeah. That great testimonial though.
I have a tool that I use to get testimonials.
Oh, right on. What do you use?
What's his face? It's on my personal website. Oh gosh, what's his name? There's a guy, and he's like a freelancer coachy guy. He's wonderful. It's on my Shaily Hakimian website.
Oh, great. Well,
but he's got
the good people know what it is.
Oh, it's amazing. Oh,
Awesome.
So anyway, yeah, I can see resources.
And then just a quick tip when you're doing multi-paragraph testimonials like this, is this all from the same person?
That particular one is all from the same person.
Okay.
She was the person that kind of kickstarted some things for me, so I was like, oh, I'm going to get one from her. And then I've gotten little ones from other people. Like my speaker page has some new ones, or ones that I've cultivated, but I could definitely get more. I'm doing it for my clients right now. I have one more that's going to give me some more content to use this month, so great. Very excited.
Yeah. If it's all one, you don't need you only need quotes at the very beginning and the very end. Also, I wonder if you can take out what is like the most impressive thing out of this entire testimonial and maybe make that like the big like pull quote kind of size. And then maybe people can like click to read the full testimonial or something like that. But like, again, this is like a lot of text to have to go through. Oh, and why can't I go through your... Uh-oh. Shaily, something happened where I can't click anything on the site. We're gonna try that again.
I learned so much from all of this. This has been insane.
Yay! That's so great. That tab just decided to not behave for some reason, so I'm going to have to go back to your site.
Naughty, naughty.
I know. The nerve. Okay. I think we're towards the end of that page anyways. Let's try it again. Share screen. You gotta love live sessions just for this kind of reason, right? There we go. Yeah, it wasn't letting me scroll or click anything anymore.
Oh, man.
Okay. Oh, great. Yep. Have questions? Love it. You know, you might even, depending on how your website is built or how easy of a task this is, but if you can include the FAQs just right here, I don't see why not. A lot of times, like a accordion style, where you can click and expand one thing at a time, one of the questions at a time, could work really well there. I think that's more stylistic, up to you. Just kind of taking the whole idea of don't make people think, like use as few as clicks as possible. So I don't want to say that, I don't want to give the impression that there's anything wrong with this, because again, this is something at the bottom of the page. It's extra information. It's like the call to action. It's the next thing to do. But it could also be nice to not make people click.
Oof, nice.
All right. Now, I know you said that you had something at 11:30, so I want to be
respectful. I'm watching the Zoom room to see if they're there. Maybe they're going to come in late. I'm like, I just want to talk to you all day. I mean, you're so kind for doing this. I hope that people take you up on all the goodness this week, because this is like such a gift.
Thank you. Speaking of, if anyone wants to book their own session,
yes,
they can with the link below. Yeah. I call it marketing therapy, and it ends up being much more than 30 minutes. It ends up being, a day, basically. We go back and forth over Messenger or Loom, and we go back and forth and can get other work done while we're doing it. Shaily, is there anything you want the people to know about you? Anything going on that they should sign up for?
Ooh, I love that what you're doing here. I think this product is so amazing, because you're putting pressure on them to get it done that day. It's not like you're saying like do it in 2 months, or like, it's like they have to get it done. Now I'm wondering, do I have to get this all done today? I probably should. This is overdue. So my website is going to come. That's my accountability to you. My website will come, and I will be like, look, I learned, I listened. It's being improved. And yes, my call to actions will be super clear. I know that I know you know a lot about LinkedIn. I know a lot about LinkedIn. I do put out my favorite LinkedIn profiles for people to see, to get them inspired on how to make their profile show them off as the experts that they are. Just same way you just taught me how to show off myself as the expert that I am. So I definitely want to encourage more of that. People have so much goodness inside of them. I want them to shine online and to be able to share that, because I know you, Christine, but not everybody's gotten this privilege to get to know you better. The same for your audience. So I want them to show that off up front in personal immediately. So more the better. So yes,
everyone go download her tips on her website.
And can I say, you got me so many new people to sign up for my thing with your amazing program. What was it, a month or two ago? It was absolutely phenomenal. So I thank you for that. You were such a generous marketer, and you're sharing insights. You've even helped me with my how I gave away my profiles. You give me insights and feedback. So if anybody doesn't take you up on this, this is silly. This is such a great value. So I am grateful for your time and your knowledge and your expertise. And I'm glad we've been able to collaborate over the years. And I don't know. I've known you for a minute. So I'm like, anyway, so if you haven't signed up for this session, do it.
Oh my God, thank you. I didn't mean for that to turn into a commercial.
I'm going to do the commercial. Like, you know what? You're telling them that you're great. I'm telling you as an outside person, she is awesome. So you should be in her orbit. You're so lucky.
Well, thank you for being in my orbit. Right on. Well, I will leave it at that. Enjoy your Labor Day weekend. And
you too.
Fun.
You too. We'll have a good weekend, partied up, and love this marketing therapy here.
I'm partying up on my laptop doing work. So
no! Well, you know what? You balance your own life, how you do what you do. So,
I love what I do. So sometimes it's not so bad.
Love what you do. That's exactly it, right? You gotta love what you do. Good. Keep up the good.
All right, love. Have a good rest of your day. Thank you, everyone, for
Bye.
watching. I hope you learned a lot. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.